Hello YouTube fam, how y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. How you doing, Timsters? This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews. And I just want to say thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for all the positive energy. It means a lot to me, fam. You know what? Starting Lineup has announced that they will be releasing their new figures starting 9/22/22. Okay, it piqued my interest. Now, Starting Lineup was like one of the flagship, sports, like toys, like little statues, basically that's what they were. They lacked articulation, they lacked good paint jobs or paint applications, and the sculpts looked nothing like what they were trying to depict. So my thing is, you have to have clean sculpts, good paint jobs going forth. Hasbro has taken the reins for this, and Panini will be doing the cards, like the sport cards, So what they're doing is the NBA first. So I want to know what the figures will look like. Would the figures be well articulated? From the illustration that they showed, the figure looks articulated. It looks almost like an action figure with gym shoes on, basically. So I'm sitting here thinking, how they gonna do this? Now, there are many ways that they can do this. They could slim the figure down, because these figures need to be smaller damn near than Marvel Legends, to be honest, to really show what it is. How would you have them posing? Because Starting Lineup didn't do a good job with that. When McFarlane brung out his sports toys, he destroyed them. He blew them out the water. I mean, there was no comparison. There was no competition. Probably the only competition they had was the price point. But besides that, I'm going to tell you something. Starting Lineup had that on lock for a long time until McFarlane came in and just said, look, it's over. Hell, Starting Lineup threw the white towel in because they couldn't compete. Better scopes, better articulation, better paint apps, bases that made sense. The bases that they sat on. He had NASCAR, he had NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey. He had some of every damn thing going on. And see, that's the thing. As they bring this out, let's say he won't bring out his sports division again. You see them all over eBay still in packaging. And if you look at those figures, you like, damn, they still look good today. Because I was looking at the Kevin Garnett, and I was looking at the Andrew Wiggins, and I was looking at the Draymond Green. I was looking at the Steph Curry and the Klay Thompsons. They were looking fantastic. The LeBron James, the Kobe Bryants, I had those back in the days. The Vince Carter, the Allen Iverson, the Carmelo Anthonys. Fam. The thing that I'm looking at here is, how do you compete with something that was light years ahead? McFarlane Sports Division was a light years ahead of any part or any type of competition that was out there. How do you compete? How would you put a new spin on this? Because what's going to happen is, as soon as you do this, he's going to come out the woodworks and he's going to plug those figures back in. He probably got a warehouse full of these things still. You know what? People save stuff sometime until that time where they can actually dominate the market again. Because right now, he's dominating the market as far as with toy sales. Because he's putting them out at a higher pace than anybody else. And what's going to happen with the Starting Lineup? They piqued my interest because this can go any way with Hasbro. And the only thing that I was worried about there is Hasbro's inability to fill the shelves, to ship product to the stores before they can put it out. Or it's all street dated. Fam, you can't put street dated merchandise and you trying to win. You need to build a following up. No, but you know what? Starting Lineup speaks for itself. Starting Lineup at first was holding value. This is why I say never collect to invest. Starting Lineup held value for a while. The value is not there anymore. it went down because nobody is trying to pick those up. Nobody can really see what's the what with it anymore. It's like a hunk of plastic. Like people say about these Funko Pops. But the damn Funko Pop is more articulated than that. It's more detailed than the starting line of figures. This is why I say they gotta do leaps and bounds ahead of that. They gotta do articulation like they do their action figures. They gotta do scopes. They gotta do real world poses, because you gotta be serious about this. How would you have them flying for dunks? How would you have them doing special moves? Would you use, you know, like the wire system that McFarlane did, the rod system where you plug into the base so they can do their moves? How would you do all this, fam? Because see, this is what, as a collector as myself, this is what I'm looking at. I had the original McFarlane figures. I had a few starting lineup. And when I compared them side by side, dude, there was no comparison. I understand starting lineup was the trendsetter. It was one of those people that started this. But see, when you starting something, you have to evolve it. They didn't want to evolve it. They just wanted to keep it the same. And that ain't gonna work. In this marketplace, you are on top for a while. It's like rap or female rap. Nicki Minaj was on top for so long until people got tired of her and all of that stuff she brung with it. Now there's not no dominant female on top. It's a lot of individual artists at this point killing it. So this is what I'm talking about with starting lineup. They had the part, they was on top, they was king of the hill. Next thing you knew, it's like whoever thought about the marketing, whoever thought about where they seen the figures going, they didn't want to put no money into it no more. They just figured it'd keep selling. That ain't how this works. You gotta study, change your product. You gotta make it better. You can't leave it the same and think it's gonna sell the same way. Because you used to pick these up at KB Toys all the time. They used to be marked down 3 for $10, fam. I'm serious. You used to pick them up at Toys R Us. This is how this was back in the day. That was back in the day, and I know a lot of people say, look, this is now. But now you got to look at it. These figures going to cost a different price. With them costing a different price, that means our expectations are much higher. You know, and the same stuff that you brought to me in 96, we don't even say 96. We don't say 1990, 89. You can't bring now. You got to bring a whole different animal. This is why they partner with Hasbro. Because Hasbro may have the thought process involved in, you know, doing something different. But see, I'm scared it's going to be like a action figure with a damn basketball. And that ain't what we're looking for. You have to find what it is, the essence of like toys. And you know, the first thing that I would tell Hasbro to do is look what McFarlane did with his line. Look what he did with his sports line. Look at it. Study it. I'm not saying copy it. I'm saying make changes to it. Do different things to it. That way you can call it your own. You got to look at the competition. The next thing that was the hottest thing was him. So you got to look at that and see how could you build on that. Because, man, like I said, starting lineup, the name alone lets you know, like, damn, they mean business. Because, you know, I was like, man, I was getting geeked. But I got scared. I said, Hasbro is not known for sports toys that I know of. I haven't seen too many that actually look good that they made. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I don't want to have a damn He-Man with a, not a He-Man, but hell, I don't want to classify with a baseball bat. But classified, honestly, is about the right build for them. It doesn't need to be really a thick figure. It needs to be like a thinner figure that you can pose, that you can do stuff with. Fam, what type of accessories that this come with? Do it come like with some of the ones that McFarlane had, like backboards and stuff that you could buy additional? And fam, what are we getting? You know, packed in besides the basketball card. What are we getting? Please, what are we getting? I'm not knocking in this. I'm looking forward to it to see what it looks like. And if it looks like something that I want to pick up, I'm gonna drop a few bucks on them. You know, I'm gonna look at the ones that I want. I wonder would they have the Michael Jordan license, because you know Michael Jordan holds the license to his likeness. You just can't go using Michael Jordan without Michael Jordan paying him some money to use his face on anything. He stopped that a long time ago with the NBA because they were plastering his face all over, because he was the star that was going to carry him into the next era, which he did. Now it's LeBron. But now we need somebody else to go past LeBron, so the torch got to be passed. Family, right now, a lot of the players are not looking like superstars. You got Steph Curry, who's an amazing athlete and everything like that. I want to see what Steph Curry look like. Stephen Curry, rather. I want to see what LeBron looks like. I want to see if they do Michael Jordan, what he look like. You know, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. I want to see what these players look like if they could actually bring them to, you know, to production line. See, you look at the bigger figures, the bigger names, and see what would this look like. You know, back in the day, they had Hakeem Olajuwon was starting lineup. They had people like Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. They had some good players, fam. And the thing that I'm saying is, you got to keep evolving. See, one thing about companies, they don't know how to keep on going. You know, look at it like this. Remember Atari? Atari was the king of the hill for so long. What did Atari do? Atari didn't evolve. It kept bringing out different consoles, but it didn't bring out different technology. Nintendo brought out different technology. Then it tried to match Nintendo. Then they tried to come out later with a 16-bit console called the Lynx. Then later on, they came out with the Atari Jaguar. Then they came out with the Atari Jaguar CD. I had both of them. And I had them twice. It's a funny thing. Only reason why I'm bringing this up is you could be the one that started it all. Just like, I'm going to give you the best analogy I could ever give. The Motorola Razr. It revolutionized phones. It changed phones everywhere. You know, we had those big, thick, chunky phones. Then all of a sudden they brought this slim flip phone that looked amazing. That revolutionized phones. Then after that, they didn't know what to do after that. You know, they didn't know how to change the game. They changed the game the first time. Then Apple came and took the game from them because they didn't know what they were doing anymore. They were stuck. They were stagnant. And see, this is what it is. You may be the one to start, but the baton is passed to the person who can keep it going, or who can upgrade the situation and make it better. McFarlane made starting lineup better. He didn't use, you know, the IP for starting lineup or anything like that. But the sport toys, he went and made them look a whole lot better. The scopes look fantastic. You know, everything about them looked fantastic. And fam, this is what I'm getting at. Keep building. You know, if you trying to carve out a niche for yourself, this is what this man is doing. McFarlane is carving out a niche every damn where. He's trying to get into some of everything. Each time I turn around, he got some new product coming out. And that's the way you should be. This is the way you make money. You don't make money just keeping the same stuff going. You have to diversify. You got to diversify. If you're a toy company, make toys, but make toys for every damn body. You know, and this is what I'm getting at. He's not really pushing towards girl toys because I'm pretty sure he thinking to himself, I don't know too much about girl toys. And girl toys are kind of fickle. Boy toys, guys will pick them up, kids will pick them up. Fam, look at it this way. Win-win. But I think starting lineup is going to do a good job. It just depends on how good Hasbro is at filling the shelves. If Hasbro could stock the shelves, oh man, this would be a banger. This would change the game right now. You just gotta fill the shelves. The scopes, the paint apps, you know, the bases that the figures stand on. This stuff gotta be revolutionary. So, you know, you want something that they all can interlock somehow, and all the players, you got them sitting on the shelves and all the bases are locked together. That would be something fantastic, fam. But till later, thank you for watching. Peace out.